SMT Nation, we back. We've got a developing story over at Verizon. What I'll do for you guys is I'll give you all the things that were stated at this earlier conference here today. The time of this recording, December 5th, 2022. This title of the article from Mike Dano, Verizon's Hans Vestberg, I'll just do it myself. That's a very interesting statement right there. All right, so Hans Vestberg said Monday that he'll take over direct control of Verizon's massive consumer business. Manon Brillet is out, departing as the lead of the Verizon Consumer Group, essentially not even lasting a full calendar year. I think she assumed the position after Ronan Dunn was essentially relieved of his duties. So that means now there's no replacement at this position. Hans is basically saying, I'll just do it. He's going to focus on the consumer group, driving a closer consistency between the top quality network product and the operational results we're producing. After I would say, a really, really nice job of hitting massive numbers in 175 million pops of mid-band 5G spectrum now on air across the country, that's a really, really good thing for them. It's probably the best thing about Verizon is their network coverage, network quality, and all the new capacity they're taking to the network. All right, now in terms of the losses at the business, Verizon says that they are on track to reverse customer losses on the consumer business in the fourth quarter. That's a wait to be seen because all indications are is that traffic is lower than it was last year. Is that more of an economic thing or is that more of a Verizon thing? We'll have to wait and see. We won't get those numbers probably until sometime in January. All right, but we will be tracking that. According to Hans, consumers are a little bit nervous. Okay, so buying new phones expensive, those types of things. So that might be kind of hinting at what the problem is. He also mentioned that there is a smartphone shortage, I believe. So a couple of different problems there. Now, here's why my tone might seem a little bit down here, and this is why. Vestberg hinted that Verizon may cut prices on some services in order to gain more customers. Now, I will tell you guys, I like the sound of that. If Verizon decides to cut down on pricing, making prices more attractive, with some cuts, they become more competitive. That might entice consumers to go back and consider Verizon if they left them, or if they're on the fence of leaving Verizon, it might get them to stay. So it could also serve as a way to limit or reduce churn, something we've seen this year that is atypical of Verizon. Now, additionally, he also stated that the company could engage in another round of price increases in other areas to adjust for inflation. So look at this. It's like the cut and the Band-Aid. He's saying that we might cut prices in some ways, but we might raise prices in other ways. My take on this, right? That those are direct quotes from him, but my take on this is that you're going to be seeing another price increase with those economic adjustment fees. I think that's what's going to be happening here. I'll be reaching out to my internals and checking things out for myself, and I'll keep tabs on it. I think that's what this is indicating. I think the situation is they're leaving the door open, the options open to go ahead and bump 100 lines of service with an increase in fee. Does it go from $3 to $4 or whatever it currently is? We'll have to wait and see how they execute it. But this is an indication of this. When AT&T said they were considering of raising price, they did. When Verizon indicated that they were going to do it to relieve inflationary pressures, they did. These are indications that they're going to do it. I would expect this, folks. I would not consider this to be conjecture or speculation. This is a flag. This is a signal. You see what I'm saying? Vestberg went on to say they're going to continue to encourage existing customers to step up to more expensive service plans. He said roughly half of Verizon's unlimited customers have not yet upgraded to the company's premium unlimited plans. I think what's happening here is there's a disconnect. Now is not the time to try to get customers to be upsold to premium. That time would have been 2, 3, 4 years ago, right? When the economy was seemingly chugging along and money was flowing all over the place, right? So when the rates were low and there was no concerns about money and companies were just enjoying life, being non-profitable but growing, like those days have come and gone. And now with the way things are, I think this is just unrealistic. He went on to add that 1 to 2% of Verizon's consumer base upgrades to premium products per quarter, and each of those customers spend roughly $10 more per month when they do. So it's very accretive. Lucrative should have been the word here. I'm not sure. But anyways, let me tell you guys something here. Without getting too much into like any of this other news, we'll talk about fixed wireless access in another video. But I do think that not only are we going to see some price increases along general services, I think what you guys are going to see is you're going to see some bad numbers from Verizon. I think churn rate will continue to be a problem. I think people will continue to shop for better deals. I think that bodes well for T-Mobile. That bodes well for AT&T because they are better positioned for pricing. I think that also helps big cable. All right, Charter, Spectrum, reselling the Verizon network, but doing so at a more competitive rate. I think we're going to continue to see more of the same. So I don't know. Hans says he'll just do it himself. I think ultimately what's happening here, folks, is he just didn't want to pay someone to basically do nothing. I don't think that the consumer group CEO, whether it was Manon or it was Ronan, I don't think they had the authority to be more aggressive in pricing, to be more aggressive in promotional activity, to do any type of price matching or leniency. I think this is Hans basically signaling we're continuing with our premium upsell. We're continuing with the high end focus. We're not going to do any of it. And I'm just guessing. This is speculative for sure. I'm guessing there was a conflict, right? Where it was like, you're either with me or against me. And Hans is telling everybody to kick rocks if you're not going to do it my way. This is how we got to do it. And this is what it's going to be. Now, he is the CEO of the company. That is fact. But with things not working and the numbers looking atrocious for an entire calendar year, don't you think it's time to make a pivot? Don't you think it's time to do things differently? How long do you sit there and spin your wheels and just hope that things just all of a sudden magically change? That would be insanity. That would be crazy. In order to get a change, in order to see something become different, you have to create that change. You've got to reposition the company. You've got to change the policies. You've got to change the approach and philosophy. Doing more of the same, you could never expect a different outcome. That would be insanity. So do not expect anything to change at Verizon. A turnaround next year is no way, no how, in no way, shape, or form going to happen if they continue to operate this way. Because I will tell you guys, 2023 from an economic standpoint is not going to look much different than the last Q3 and Q4 for Verizon. If anything, it could get worse. The economics aren't improving necessarily anytime soon. We've got another year of a shaky economy ahead of us, right? All indications are. So we shall see. But I don't like the way that this looks, smells, and feels. Just saying. Comment down below. You guys tell me what you think. You guys are the voice of the people of the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. Like, share, and subscribe for more. Turn on the bell notification icon to never miss an upload. Links in the description for this article, as well as my Patreon page, and a way for you to become a YouTube member. Big shout out to the members and the Patreon supporters. You guys are the GOATs. Thank you for all that you do in supporting me on these platforms. If you want to help with the channel, you like, share, and you can subscribe. That's how you can do that. Thank you so much. And then there's in the description, you can see my Gmail address for all business inquiries, and my Twitter handle is there as well. Words of goodness for you as we head out today. Every new day is a new opportunity to be great. Go out there and be great. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Peace.